These are the most goated wavetables for bass design, but there is one wavetable in here that nobody uses. I'm gonna show you how I've been using them to make insane bass design, just like this. Or even stuff just like this. So if you're new to bass design or you're still getting your head around Serum 2, it can be quite overwhelming to jump in and see all of these wavetables. The best part about sound design is you can experiment and use all kinds of different weird wavetables to get completely different sounds. Here's just a little Speedy G idea that I threw together with just some effects and some drums. So the first wavetable we're going to be looking at is we're going to go to wavetable 1, down to digital, and we're going to hit FFT add fourths. So FFT stands for the fast Fourier transform. If you guys want to go pretty deep and pretty nitty gritty on some like digital signal processing, definitely go and look into the fast Fourier transform. It's an absolutely fascinating topic to study. The wavetable starts off as just a sine wave. But what you'll notice, if we change the wavetable position here, we can actually scale its harmonic frequency. So we're going to create an LFO shape just like this, and we're going to use this shape to modulate the wavetable position. And already off the bat, we've got a pretty solid sound for a warp. Now, if you wanted to, you could replicate a similar sound by just using a filter. So if we just took the LFO 1 and applied it to the cutoff of filter 1 and just ensure that that's set to oscillator B for now, we'll get a similar kind of thing. You know, it's got that sort of movement to it. So if you wanted to have a little bit more sort of harmonics to the actual sound, you could use both of these together as one. And that adds like a little bit of that mid harmonics to the sound as well. I'm going to turn a sub on and I'm going to set this to direct. I'm going to set it to bus 1. And then I'm going to go to mix and make sure that the bus 1 is direct. And then I'm going to use the, I'm probably going to try, let's try this. And now we've got that sub. So depending on how clean you want the sound, you could just add the fourths and you can be done with it. Or you could go a bit further. And there we go, we've got something like that. So we could also try, if we turn the filter off and bring the volume of the oscillator B down, we could also try and do like a PD or something. So we could probably try something like this. And now I've got more of the sort of high end coming through. So you'd probably want to turn the filter back on, bring some of this down and just control it. Now, just to ensure this is going to work in context, I'm going to turn the drums back on. We could even try the LFO on the PD. Obviously now you could do all the other fancy stuff like adding distortion, and you could try, you could use the same LFO. What would happen if we tried the FFT waveform together using this? See, see, we got much more of a crazier character out of the sound. And you notice just by changing tiny tweaks, you get such an interesting variation out of the sound. Bang, so there we go. First one down, FFT, fast forward transform, add fourths. It's a goated wavetable, a lot of variation. You guys are gonna have a lot of fun using this. So all the sounds that you hear in today's video are gonna be available for free. So go and check that out if you guys wanna play around with some of the sounds. Go for it, completely free, link in the description. The next wavetable we're going to be looking at is called Dinosaurs, and I'm pretty sure this was made by Virtual Riot. This is my favorite one to use. I absolutely love this wavetable. It kind of delivers this like screechy, metallic, aggressive vibe, and it starts off as a basic square wave, but as you change the wavetable position, it's got these kind of jagged shapes, I suppose. They kind of look like teeth. I just made this like little dubstep drop out of these two sounds. It starts off as a square wave, but as you change the wavetable position, we kind of get these like spiky lines that roll straight through the wavetable. And a wavetable is just a cycle. It's very time-based. So these spikes over time, they're going to create really high-end frequencies, which is going to give you a kind of alias-free digital clipping or digital crispiness, if that makes sense. So as you can see, I should probably go down an octave. I mean, it's an absolutely insanely versatile wavetable. Let's just do another LFO similar to what we did, maybe something like this. Maybe an eighth. And let's do a filter. Shave off some of the higher crispy. So just like that, we can get a pretty solid sound just like off of some basic fundamentals. Let's do our sub again as direct, ensuring that the bus is also set to direct. Bring an octave down. And let's do a level. So right as this sound has so much power in itself, oh my God, something like that is like, it's very Virtual Riot. So we don't need to do a lot to this, like even distortion, maybe just for some like, I don't know, warmth is like. And then you could also bring out, so if you use a compressor, let's just take this off and use a compressor on multi-band. Let's turn the below all the way up. Let's turn, turn the release all the way down, the attack all the way up, or about. You can tell like we're going to get a lot of crazy stuff out of this. So, and then even like a delay if we did a really fast one. And you know, sort of start shaping the sound that way. Another thing we could try is like doing a filter, like even dispersing it could be cool. And then even something, maybe a comb. Something like that, but put that before. Let's try some of these, move some of these around. And we can do that distortion again. This compressor release could be. Something like that. And we could use that tube with this LFO. And hyperdimension. What else can we throw in here? Like a convolver, maybe, before or after distortion? Okay, so now we've got like a really fundamental kind of sound happening here. We can just change the wavetable position. Is going to get us like pretty insane results. Whoops, keep playing the. We put it more close together. We could do that and then try. Let me put this. Yeah, cool. Let's just loop that. You got that. You know, so you're gonna, the reason like this, I do this shape a lot is because all I need to do is change the rate of the sound to get like the, you know, so it's like, we could just put that in. And what I do is just select and then slightly bring it up. And I like to do a lot more complex stuff. So maybe that one doesn't hit as right as I'd like it to. Whoops. If we went like this. Now, because of the versatility of the sound, now that we've got the movement going with the drums, we could just come back in here and sort of tweak stuff. So like back to that comb filter we were using, we can tweak that. Maybe bring it back the other way. And that goes for also the wavetable position. So we could bring the wavetable position up and then have it come backwards. Pretty insane stuff. So let's add another wavetable. What if we FM this one? So this is up maybe 1 and we do or PD from B. And with the filter, obviously, it's like... I like the underroll, the sort of bleed through from the filter. I like that. When it gets to here, it just becomes a little... It's a bit too much, so I want it to kind of bleed a little bit. Which is really, really cool. The other thing you can do to get a lot of cool variation out of the sound is chuck on, not a flanger, use another filter. And we're going to go to flanges and just play around with some of these phases. So we could use something like the 36 plus I use a lot. I kind of rinse this, to be fair. And we can just find the right pocket for the sound. Now this is really good if you put this right at the beginning of the chain. And we can actually use, see again here, we've got the frequency and response FFT. So this is the fast Fourier transform I was talking about before. So for a sound like this, that's very screechy, this is really good to kind of shave off some of those peaks and have it harmonically sit in your song a lot better. And obviously the more that you add, you know, something like that, so we could do the same. And that's how you know, we're getting very virtual riot. that's the Dinosaurs wavetable. As you can tell, it's a very, very powerful wavetable. And as mentioned before, all the sounds that you hear in today's video are going to be available for you to download absolutely for free in the link in the description. You can get the presets, and I might even bounce out some samples for you guys as well, so you can chop them up, use them as one shots and stuff like that. But all in all, this is like a little idea that we've got. I didn't turn that bass on. All right, let's listen. So the next one I'm going to be showing you guys is the Harmonic Series. There is so much I could say about this wavetable. There's so much deep lore that goes into the Harmonic Series. Harmonic Series is one of my most used wavetables, especially when it comes to modern UKG or UK bass. We're going to go down here to Serum 1 Digital, and we're going to come down to Harmonic Series. So this is the Harmonic Series, and again, starts off just as a normal sine wave. And so the whole point of this is that each bar represents one harmonic, which is a sine partial at a multiple of the fundamental. And everything is aligned and proportional. That means that there's no missing harmonics or no random harmonics that are going to creep out, kind of like there was in the Dinosaur one. But this creates like a very natural musical timbre. And so if I just play one note and I scale it up, you know, it's the perfect wavetable for that. And in the sense that if you already have a preset you're working on, but it needs like an extra harmonic in it, the Harmonic Series is a perfect one, because all you need to do is load it up, find where the scale sits perfectly or sounds the best, and voila, you're good to go. You can add kind of anything else you really want to it. Now, I have a track that I'm working on right now. The sounds that are in this drop right now don't include any Harmonic Series stuff. We're actually going to turn off all the sounds and try and make a new sound with the Harmonic Series. So let me just play it really quickly.
Y'all ready for this?
So the first sound I'm going to show you is an absolute classic sound that is kind of the sound of, or kind of was the sound of 2025, 2024. And that is this kind of like chuggy 16th stutter sound. So I'm going to add in a new, I'm going to add in a new Serum. And this sound you can actually get inside of my Dub Nation Volume 1 pack. If I go down here, so can't remember what it was actually called. I think it was called Galactus. What the fuck is it? There it is, Galactus. So this is the sound. So obviously, if you make anything garage bass or any bass music, you've heard this sound before. This is the sound that everyone's been using. But it's made using this Harmonic Series. Now all it is just clever distortion and sort of syncopated with all of these kinds of things. But if you scale I'm using an LFO here to scale this wavetable position. Now, if we change this, you'll notice. And you can get so many different tones out of this. And then another one here. So the reason that Harmonic Series is so clever and it's like such a handy wavetable to have in your arsenal is because, you know, if you need to spice up sort of the second half of a drop so it doesn't sound as repetitive, well, we can go from this sound right there, and we can just maybe use a mod source, or actually we can use a macro here and just add that to the wavetable position. And then we can automate this macro to get a different scale of the Harmonic Series. So when it gets to this point right here, maybe we want to scale it up. And then this note could come up maybe. And then that would chop off of the resolve. And now we've got something like this. And there we go. So that's the Harmonic Series. So another one, guys, with the fast Fourier transform and the Harmonic Series, if you're learning sound design and bass design, especially in Serum 2, I would 100% do some deep dives on those. I can list some resources if you guys want. Just hit me up in the comments. There's some really good videos out there that explain those concepts really, really well. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you want to see more of next. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.